Hello, and welcome back to Project Nihilum 0. Last time, we went to the bathroom. And then we met with Sullivan after... Yeah, awkward, given that earlier desk key code incident. Luckily, he didn't seem to hate us for it, so that's good. And of course, more Soren content, because we love Soren in this cell. Wait a minute. We still don't know why Sullivan was saying good luck. Seriously, what do we need luck with? Charlott? I'm assuming? I'm assuming that's how I'm assuming it's pronounced that way. I'll find out. Probably. Led by the caretakers, the four of you reach the canteen. You pass through a large double door made of shiny steel. Then you are just a few steps away in the spacious hall. A few people, almost all of them wearing lab coats, wander through the hall or sit with trays and plates at one of the dreadfully bleak and sterile-looking tables. A faint aroma of food floats through the room, subliminally mixed with the stench of disinfectant. You wrinkle your nose in disgust as one of the lab assistants walks past you, also reeking of sanitizer. Soren nudges you with a smile.
Shall we sit there?
Doesn't matter to me. With a nod, he points to an empty row of tables in the blue area. Blue? Your gaze continues to wander around and you discover other areas that are separated from the main space by walls. Blue, green, gray, red. Not a single person is sitting in the red area, nor in the gray. A small group of people are sitting in the green corner. They're wearing the same kind of clothes as you and Soren. They're definitely inmates of the lab.
Come on, I'm hungry.
Alright. Soren grins broadly and points behind him with a nod.
Can you wheel me to the table?
Sure, but can't you drive yourself? Soren rolls his eyes and puts his hands on the tires of the wheelchair. It doesn't have any edges made for pushing, and the rubber of the tires right against one's hand doesn't seem like a very comfortable feeling. Ah, I see. You put your hands on the handles on the back of the wheelchair and start pushing. The caretakers stop at the entrance to the blue area and wait. Soren navigates you to one of the secluded tables in the area and waits for you to sit down.
I can't drive myself. Hands are more sensitive than you think. People here want to restrict everyone's mobility as much as possible. That's how it looks in my case.
He glances again at the caretakers at the entrance. One of them has disappeared. Tensely, Soren clasps his hands together and tries to peer over at the plates of the other people in the blue area.
I hope there's fish today instead of the usual meat. Did you know that the meat isn't real? They grow it in one of the labs. North, I think? Practical, isn't it?
You nod a little absently as you watch the caretaker return with 2 trays in hand. I don't care where this meat came from, I just want to eat it!
Eat up.
He sets the trays down and disappears without another word. Give me the food. Food. Come here. Why is my portion bigger than yours?
It's all calculated. Height, weight, activities, blah, 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 blah. That's why we have to eat everything. They won't let us go before we ate anything on our plates.
Blah, 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 blah. I love that. God, I love him. Somehow disappointed, he picks up his fork and starts poking the food.
Man, no fish. Meat. Again. And it's not even the tasty kind. It's the leftover type.
Soren reluctantly begins to choke down the first few bites. Listen. Leftovers aren't that bad. Maybe they are, I don't know. I'm gonna eat food. Give me food. You lift the fork, cut off a piece of meat, and taste it. At first you don't taste anything, then you only taste a very slight, almost familiar flavor. That's meat.
Something like that. You get used to it. Mix it with the mashed potatoes and you'll hardly taste it.
You follow his advice and mix everything on your plate into a big lumpy paste. It looks even more unappetizing now, but it does taste better.
I used to have cereals or bread for breakfast. It was really hard to get used to the rubbish here.
You pause. Cereals? I know the word, but where from? You tilt your head back as you continue to chew on your piece of food. For a moment, you think you can recall a memory, but it's quicker than you and disappears before you can grasp it.
Nah, what a coincidence.
You flinch as this strange voice suddenly sounds close behind you. Soren puts down his cutlery and smiles kindly. She walks past you over to Soren and smiles kindly.
Good morning, Charlotte.
Okay, it is Charlotte. Okay. I was right. Yay. Soren offers her his hand, which Charlotte shakes, still smiling.
My morning was wonderful. I hope yours was just as good, Soren.
Your cellmate laughs briefly and leans back, relaxed.
Yep, a warm shower in the morning is still the best way to start the day, isn't it?
Warm? Lucky you. Cold water wouldn't be a good start for me. Probably not for you either, right?
Soren laughs again.
Absolutely not. I've heard that cold water is supposed to get your circulation pumping, but it's still not that pleasant.
That is so true. Warm shower, hot shower, over cold shower, any day of the week. Charlotte giggles in amusement, then turns her head and looks at you in surprise.
Oh, our newest arrival. Oh, excuse my choice of words.
You smile tentatively as she politely extends her hand to you as well. I don't know you, lady. Let me don't. Let me do not. What is... okay, book. I don't know why I completely forgot the darker one is what you're actually doing. I broke for a moment. Irritated, you look from her hand to her face, then back to her hand.
It's okay. This must all still be very confusing for you, isn't it?
She pulls her hand back, seemingly not a bit angry or upset. More sympathetic. Suddenly, a beeping echoes through the canteen. Out of the corner of your eye, you see many of the lab workers frantically packing their things and leaving the room.
So late already? Then I'll see you in private for a little chat, eh?
She looks at you insistently. At first you wonder if she really means you and stare at her in disbelief, then you just stammer. Oh, yeah?
Today is our first session. Actually, the caretaker should have informed you about your schedule for the day, huh?
They didn't tell me anything. Soren waves it off with a laugh.
They never do.
Okay, so it's not just they're not telling me, they just don't tell anyone, okay. Alright. Charlotte giggles and rolls her eyes at the same time.
Then I guess I'll have to talk to them next time.
What kind of conversation are we going to have later? Charlotte pauses, a little surprised.
Oh dear. They haven't told you anything yet, have they?
No! No, they haven't!
Hey, I'm trying!
Don't worry. The conversation later will be a quick get-to-know you. It will be about your well-being, your thoughts, fears, and wishes.
So... therapy? Just what I need, therapy. Okay. I need a lot of therapy.
Of course, I'll also tell you a bit about myself, because you'll want to know exactly who you can share all these things with.
You take a moment to process what she had said, and then you start to smile broadly. See you later, then.
Until later.
With an amused smile on her lips, she leaves the blue area. Soren looks after her, then concentrates on his food again and gobbles down the last bite of breakfast. He looks over at your plate.
Come on, you can do it. Cover your nose and keep going. I want to go back to my room. I have a new idea for a story and I want to write it down.
You roll your eyes and quickly shove all the rest of your food into your mouth. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment. I will shovel down this food even if it tastes disgusting, apparently. You force a smile, but it looks so disgusted that Soren starts to laugh. Then he claps his hands together and points behind him again with a nod.
Come. I can't push myself. Just leave the trays on the table.
Alright. Lost in thought, you begin to push Soren over to the two caretakers at the entrance. One of them takes over the pushing, while the other holds the door to the corridor open. You leave the canteen together, and the caretaker immediately pushes Soren down the corridor. Soren is still shouting.
See you later!
Oh god, he's great. I like him a lot. He's great. You raise your hand a little uncertainly and wave at him briefly. The other caretaker snaps her fingers impatiently and leads you in the opposite direction. It literally is called therapy, oh my gosh. Oh god. I think I'm gonna have to stop here though, because it's nearly midnight right now and I am a little tired. I am getting a little eepy. Just a little eepy. Alright, okay, that's how we save. Cool! Let's save. Lock Gray 1661 Shapeshift. Why does it say Shapeshift? I got the hybrid ability. What gives? What gives? I don't know. I'm a little confused by that, but you know what? It is what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna save again, just make absolutely sure. I'm assuming it's saved. And then, let's see here, main menu, yep. Right, and then if I load the game, will it? Okay, cool. Awesome. That's awesome. Alright, main menu again. Anyways, I just realized it says the time. That's the time right now. Oh my god, it's the date. Yes, it is Christmas Day, nearly midnight, in the year 2969. We are hundreds of years in the future. And I mean hundreds. Alright. Well, I'm gonna call it quits. So, until next time.